What gave you that courage to marry me? What gave you the morale? Like, you have mind. Babe, stand on your mind. Do you understand? Now, tell me the truth. What gave you the morale? The ultimatum.
Please speak good English.
Okay, stop. Okay, now let's go this way. Let me ask you that. Babe, as my husband and as my lover, right? As you are now as my husband, this is getting to 2 years in our marriage, right? And I want to use this because now I want to ask you the question. What gave you the morale to marry a prophetess? What gave you the courage? Because at first when you met me, you were like, ha, prophetess. And during our courtship, you said something that you were scared because of a lot of things. What was your fears? What gave you the morale? The impetus to marry me? Okay, babe, go on.
Originally, when you told me you're a prophetess,
yeah.
Like I said in the last episode that, that I've met different persons. I've met beautiful girls who don't have sense, right? But when it goes to you telling me you're a prophetess, I was curious. I wanted to know, okay, why a beautiful young lady who is just 7 is a prophetess. I was curious to know what was your principles. I was curious to know your value system. I was curious to know because the office of a prophetess is quite unique. Do you understand?
Yes.
For a young pretty lady to say she is a prophetess, I was really curious. I just wanted to know. So at that stage, all I wanted to know is, oh, let me get to know her, let me get to know her ministry. Then I then ask you, how do you operate as a prophetess? You said, oh, you have a, what's it called? A Facebook page.
Yes.
And then I checked the Facebook page and all of that. So I watched almost all your videos. And in the process of watching your videos, I got to see, oh, okay, this is how she reasons. This is how she thinks. Because from your videos, one can tell your principles to a large extent. So I made sure I scroll down the pages, watch most of the videos as much as I could watch that day, and then I got to understand, oh, okay, this is how she thinks, this is how she is. And then so with that, my thought was that, okay, at this stage, just render any assistance you can to our ministry.
What kind of assistant?
No, because
did you feel that? What kind of assistant at that point you were feeling that you want to render to me?
At that stage, right? Before then, I've been a worker in some ministries.
Yes.
And I've also worked with a certain prophetess before as a software developer.
Yes.
All right, as an IT person, so I handle most of our IT processes. So at that stage, I just felt, okay, yeah, I think I have a couple of ideas. I have some experiences that can also help in your ministry, being an online minister.
So, like what you said, you said you have worked with certain prophetess, right?
One person.
One person.
Prophetess, yes.
And then you work as a worker in church.
Yeah.
And you've been a worker. So at that point, I think there's a motivation behind you trying to want to help me.
No, as at that stage, right?
Because for you honestly, to say, I want to render assistance, no. I believe that you didn't even know what you were doing.
No, I actually know what I was doing. Okay. At that stage, I told myself, okay, we'll just remain friends. Because I was not ready to marry a prophetess. Do you understand? So, I knew that, I knew I'm able to separate the friendship, right, from the ministry. I knew the ministry is a service to God. So I was willing to offer any assistance within my power to help you grow and also expand your ministry or get your job done as a prophetess.
Yes.
So it was in the process of becoming friends, hanging out with you over time, that I started developing attraction.
Okay.
Do you understand?
Okay.
So, and as a matter of fact, the biggest challenge I had making a decision about you was the fact that you're a prophetess. So, for many years, I've written 100 qualities that I want in a woman I want to marry. But when I met you, initially, I couldn't even do a check. I wasn't thinking about it. I just zoomed it out that I can't marry a prophetess.
Okay.
Even though God has told me certain things about my wife before then, right? I knew that I'm going to do ministry, but I never knew the wife I'm going to marry will already be in ministry. I was thinking the person God will bring my way will be somebody we're going to start ministry together. So when I saw you, one, you're a prophetess, you started the ministry, I just zoomed it out that, okay, this is not the person. So it got to the point when we became close. You remember all those days when we go get pizza every night?
Okay.
After your live session, we'll go get pizza.
Yeah.
Remember all those days? So when we started hanging out and then we started relating well, then I started seeing some qualities about you that I feel, okay, yes, this is somebody that I think I can start life with.
Okay, so now, babe, I think what you're trying to say is that you wrote 100 qualities about the woman
Yes.
you want to marry.
Yeah, I've written 100 qualities. 100
qualities. Only you wrote 100 qualities.
Yes, because I've had so much expectation for marriage.
Okay.
I knew that if I must get it right, like I said in the last episode, that it starts with me. I'm the man, right? So if I actually don't know what I want, then I can't get somebody who is going to go the journey with me.
Of course.
So I was so clear of the qualities I want in a woman that over the years, I know what I'm looking for when I meet a lady.
Okay. Okay, beautiful, babe. So this is what you said. You said you wrote 100 qualities of a woman that you wanted to marry or you want to marry.
Yes.
And within that period of time, getting closer with you, you started like having interest and you went back. Did you go back to start checkmating those qualities you begin to find? It's like the qualities you have written, you are not seeing it in the woman which you have rejected to be a prophetess.
Exactly.
This is where the problem came from, because you are seeing a prophetess and this same prophetess have the qualities I've written
over the years.
But how do I undo marrying a prophetess and qualities? Now this has to show that in life as a person, you need to understand that there are certain things that makes you not to want to be with somebody.
True.
But you must understand that quality is better than quantity. And one thing I observe about you, babe, you went for quality. These are qualities you have written. So one of the things is quality always supersede quantity. That's one thing I've seen. Quality supersede quantity, because quantity is the fact that I don't want to marry a prophetess. It's like the quantitative aspect of a person, right?
In one word, I've defined you as a prophetess.
Yes, and you have put it in that quantity that she's a prophetess.
Yeah.
So, but you are not looking at the quality of that woman, but you are just seeing the quantity of prophetess. Like you find many people, babe, that they see somebody, but there's this quantity they desire in that person. They are not looking at quality, but quantity. Do you understand? When they see a short person, they say, I don't want to marry a short person, she's too short, right? It makes them not to even see the qualities of the person. But one of the things is, this is where it comes, because one thing is, I will tell you, is that attraction and also quality matters. Quantity and quality matters, because physical appearance matters, right? And also, you know, quality also matters in life. Babe, why are you looking at me like that? Why are you staring at me like that?
Quantify you.
Don't quantify me anything. So, as I was saying, right, I said something. I said that, you know, a lot of people, when they see people, they feel like, this person is short, I don't want to marry this kind of person. I want to... Babe, stop looking at me like this.
Is it the eyes of love?
Allow me to interview this. Allow me to say this.
Okay.
All right.
Please.
Okay, stop distracting me, man. Okay, so as I was saying, babe, stop it now.
How am I supposed to look at you?
You are looking at me in a sexy way. I don't like it that you're distracting me.
Alright, I'll try not to.
You try not to do what? Okay, so as I was saying, like, many people see short people and like they don't want to. The problem is they are just looking at the quantity of the person. When you see somebody, you see quantity and not quality. Yeah. So it takes God it takes God to reveal the quality of that person and not just the quantity. It is when you discover the quality of that person that it covers a multitude of quantity.
Okay, so this is how I was able to get past that stage,
Yes.
right? So after the personal relationship, friendship that we had, right? Then I was seeing the qualities that I've been looking for in the woman.
Okay.
But at that stage, I couldn't just even take my eyes off the fact that, oh, how will it look like that I'm marrying the prophetess?
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
So, but over and over again, then it got to a point when I started talking to my mentors, and I've checked my list. I've taken my 100 qualities, and I was doing a check. Okay, I've seen this in her, which is awesome. I've seen this over a period of time. So after I've gotten to have all my checks, I was still having this fear of, oh, she's a prophetess. So the only limitation I had was coming to terms with the fact that you are a prophetess.
Now, well, babe, before you continue, let me ask you this question. You had fear that I'm a prophetess. Deep down, what are your deepest fears to marrying a prophetess? Because you wanted to marry a woman who has the fear of God, right? Right?
I know where
right?
you're going.
Right?
So I haven't spoken with you on a casual way without having made my intentions known, because as at that time you've asked me if I was in love, and I said no.
Okay.
Because at that stage I was not convinced yet if.
But you were giving me signals.
Maybe you were reading being available as signals.
Okay.
I just found a friend who our lifestyle is encouraging.
And that is why I had to ask you that question, if you're in love with me. Because I wanted to set some boundaries. And this is the point where I set some boundaries. When you told me no, I said okay. And the next thing you are asking me if I am in love with you. No, babe, let's talk about this. You said something, you said maybe I'm giving you signals. Maybe you are reading meaning to it. So if I'm reading meaning to it, why were you not asking me if I am in love with you?
No, I was a friend.
You were a friend. No, so why will a friend be asking another friend?
Let me explain something.
Oh yeah, explain.
I was a friend, right? I found a lady who our lifestyle is encouraging to serve God, right?
Okay.
And I was willing to go the extra mile to help you get certain things to make your ministry easier.
Okay.
In any way I could help.
Okay.
And then the lady came to me one day and asked if I'm in love with her. On my own side.
I came to you.
No, we were talking that day, and then you asked me.
We were driving.
We were driving, yes.
What is making you to always be driving a prophetess everywhere?
Friendship.
Friend-gini.
No.
Friend-gini.
As at that stage, right?
What made you?
I knew you were being considered. But
I was being considered.
Yes,
okay.
I knew I was watching out
yes.
for the qualities I'm looking for and trying to see if this woman aligns with my purpose for life.
Okay.
So, but I was not sure yet. So I couldn't have told you yes, I was in love when I wasn't sure.
Okay.
I don't want to send the wrong signal. By telling you yes, I'm in love, and then 2 weeks after I told you, madam, I know if you marry prophetess. So do you understand? So I wanted to be that when I'm sure of my intentions, that's when I should express.
Do you know that we were friends for over how many months?
Like 3 months.
Was it 3 months?
August, September, October, November.
Okay, we were friends for 3 months, and in that 3 months you were always available. Like, wow, oh, you're a software developer. Wow, I have in mind that I want to build the ministry site, and then you find it. Wow, okay, I'm going to give you ideas, and I also sat with you and talked about the ideas I wanted for the ministry, and you were like, wow, like Cyrene. So after that, you gave me price list. Did you have the fear of God when you gave me that price? Just tell me the truth. Tell me the truth. When you gave me, after giving me that kind of price, right? By the grace of God, the ministry paid for that price to build that site. And deep down, you showed me what you needed, and you did your calculations. Well, beautiful. I accepted it because I saw what you gave to me, what you needed to do, and the cost of everything, and you gave it to me. Yes, you did not thought of anything. You just focused on your work, and it is nice. But later on, I started seeing you being engaged to me. You were so, so close. You were just everywhere. We became so tight. And then the way you were just looking at me, staring at me, because you always stare at me. And I'll be asking you, why are you looking at me like that? Right? And me, I was just so free. Okay. I was just so free. So the next thing is, I want to ask, before you say anything, Mr. Shegu for me, deep down, Mr. Shegufumi, if you had no feelings for me and you said that you were not sure of anything, why were you asking me if I was in love with you?
Very simple answer, right?
Okay.
As at the stage when we were building a website and all of that, right? One of building the website also made me realize how your purpose also align with my purpose.
Okay.
Because I now say that, okay, one, you have an online ministry, right? I know I'm still going to do stuff which is also going to start online,
Yeah.
right? So I could say that, okay, to a very large extent, we have an aligned purpose. We could actually do things together without friction, right? So while building the website, I was able to think of a whole lot of possibilities of how we actually could align in terms of purpose,
Okay.
right? So, but all of those were still not, I've still not gotten to the stage where I was fully convinced to ask you out. So
Okay.
when you asked me if I was in love with you, right? I wasn't expecting you to ask me. So the best answer I could give you is to tell you no at that stage. The smartest answer I could give you is to tell you no. So that one, you will not start acting in certain ways till I find out every qualities I'm looking for.
Okay.
So that you don't have so much expectation from this guy. You rather keep it as friend level,
Yes.
which was fantastic. So the best thing I could ask is, let me ask you also, because you brought up the topic.
Okay.
So let me ask you also if you're in love.
And what did I say?
You didn't answer the question. You said, what did you say? You said, why am I asking you?
I said
That you ask me first.
yes, I asked you first.
Yes,
You're supposed to tell me.
And I've answered you.
So why, if there's nothing, because I wanted to have boundaries, right? I wanted to know where is this guy going. But when you told me no, and I said okay, no, fine. That means we're going to go to another level.
So which is
the
good.
way I'm going to treat you is going to be on another level. I want to see you as somebody who like to treat a lady nice.
Which is good.
And I want to see you as somebody who is a gentleman.
Yeah, which
And
I
you
am
want
a
to-
gentleman.
You are a gentleman.
Yes.
So I want to see somebody who is a gentleman and who what do they call it? Who treat ladies nice like a gentleman. So I saw you that way, and the next thing you are telling me is, am I in love with you? And I said no. I asked you first. You should be able to answer me.
But
I
I
can't
answered.
answer
You
you.
were just not satisfied with the answer.
Which one?
I said no, I'm not in love.
Who told you I'm not satisfied?
And I gave you reasons
I'm
now.
not satisfied. I just want to cut you off. You don't need to be asking me because you've not answered.
No, I answered.
Right?
Saying no is an answer.
I ask you, and I don't want to. Do you know what I did? I had to put you on that point. That you sit on that fence, right? I had to put you on that
Which
point.
was good for me.
Because when you now sat there, you do not get a reply from me. You are like conscious because deep down I know. Deep down I know. Now this guy you are falling all over. Is that not true, babe?
Yeah. From the moment you asked me that question, it triggered a new thought in me, right? And like you've explained, I was now trying to figure out if for real I'm in love, and I was finding it difficult to accept it. So when I check and speak with my mentors also to find out, I was now reading. When I speak with my mentors to find out, and then one of them said something to me that, because that was at the point he said to me that if you don't want to marry a prophetess, right? You don't want to marry someone that will pray for you. Then marry the one that's going to cost you for the rest of your life. So that statement actually changed the perspective I had, because I now realized that for real, if I'm seeing somebody who fears God, who is going to spend time praying with me and for me, right? Then what are you looking for? Just the title prophetess. So it was at that point that, okay, I now try to actually analyze the word prophetess, right? And I just asked myself a few questions. That is prophetess the mind of God? I said yes, because it's in the script. It's scriptural to be a prophet or a prophetess, right? So why am I struggling to accept what God designed, right?
Yes.
Because of what people will think, or because of the look. Because at that stage, I've gotten to the point where I know that I love this woman. The only thing that I have as a limitation is that title, prophetess. So would you, Shegufumi, allow the values you've looked for all your life, right, to escape because she bears the title prophetess? Then the answer the answer made me.
I think at that point, a lot of things changed. At that point is when, you know, physical desires left for spiritual desires to fill you up. When you realize that everything is all about God, it is at that point you said, you started checking, is it in the Bible? Is it the mind of God? So you find that you have to make decision because of the mind of God. You have to make decision that you feel, oh my God, certain things just, you know, but you have to make the decision because you thought of the mind of God, benefit of fear of God, benefit of everything that has to do with your benefit, spiritual benefit. You thought of your spiritual benefit. This is where the Bible said that seek first the kingdom of God. Every other thing will be added. And truly, baby, as I said it, truly, babe, right? When you, wait a minute, I'm going to say this. Truly, when you, Shegufumi Olajide, now made up your mind to now ask me out and said, I want to marry you. Continue.
No, that's a question.
That's a question. Continue from there.
How is that supposed to be a question?
It is a question because I'm saying when you decided and you have gotten your verification mark, and you now said, this is the woman. The next thing, what did you do?
At that stage, I told myself that now that I'm convinced, one of the things about me is I might take a longer time to make decisions.
Okay.
But once I make my decision, I stay with my decision.
You stick to your decisions.
So as at that stage, I told myself that if this woman does not marry me, she's the one that said no. I was convinced that what I want from this woman is marriage. So I knew exactly what I wanted. I'm not in doubt any longer. Now it's left to the Oga Madam. So it's left to you to say yes or no. Oh, I don't want to be with you and all of that. So I knew the next thing to do is to
do what? What is to do like this?
Is to set the trap that's going to catch you. The next thing is to set the trap that's catch you.
Whose trap did you set for me? Explain.
By asking you out.
Okay, you asked me out.
Yeah.
So how did you ask me out?
First thing I did was I changed your Wi-Fi password.
Okay.
If you remember.
I cannot remember. Yes, I remembered. Yes, go on.
So I changed your password to I love you.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I remembered.
And then you didn't say anything about it, but I knew you got the message.
I got the message.
Yes.
Okay.
So the following day was when we went out. And then we're at NMPC Towers, right? That was when I told you. We're in the car. That's when I told you that, oh, woman, this is how I've been thinking, this is how I've been feeling, this is what I've done, and I feel you actually align with my purpose.
Okay.
So I want to spend the rest of my life with you.
And what was my response?
You were laughing.
Like what I am doing.
Yes, you're always laughing.
Wait,
so
was I laughing?
Yes, you were laughing.
Okay, go on.
So you laughed and laughed and laughed. You didn't say yes, you didn't say no. And then that night, that afternoon stroke evening, after we were done with all the movement we wanted to do for that day, we decided to go to Pusetu, to a restaurant and have swallow. You love swallow. You like to eat swallow, like usual. So we went to get swallow.
As a Rivers girl.
Yeah. So
as a Rivers babe, we like to swallow. Let's go.
So while we are having the dinner together, that's when I now popped the question again. I said, woman, I said this, and you just laughed it off.
I laughed it off.
Yes.
Okay.
So it was at that point you now said, oh, you are not in love with me. And you did not see me as somebody you are going to be in love with.
I think when you sent me the message.
No, I didn't. It was after that day I sent you a message.
Yes, I remember.
I remember clearly.
Yeah.
Because it was a trap. That's why I told you I'm going to set a trap for you.
Well done. But you did not catch me in the trap.
To change password.
But the trap did not catch me.
So at that dinner, that's when you said, oh, you've seen me as a friend, that we are better as friends, and all of those English that you spoke that day.
Okay.
So I got worried, I got disturbed, but I wasn't ready to give up.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's how that night went. And when I drove you back to your house, I got another I
Conviction.
got another conviction while I drove you to your house again.
Okay, so after that, you sent me a message, how much I'm your soulmate, blah, 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 blah.
You know, I like to write poems, so I wrote.
You wrote a poem, and the only thing I saw was, what was my response to that, your poem?
Did you even respond? I can't remember. I'm not sure you replied.
I did not even reply.
You did not
were
reply.
telling me I sent you a message, you didn't say it. I said, well, this is it. I cannot do more than that. I think I told you that, no, I think you are just being obsessed with me. We're not going
that was after 2 months, 1 month plus
Okay.
of asking you out.
So you were asking me out for 1 month plus.
So you last there for 3 months before you said yes.
Okay. So after that, you now said I said you are just being obsessed.
So
because at that point I asked you, were you in love with me? You said no. So why are you coming all of a bloom?
my love was building up.
You look all of a bloom like this.
My love was building up, and that's one of the signs of being a very deliberate person.
Okay.
Right? Like I told you that if I told you I love you that time, you probably would have given me space. Right? And that may affect the outcome of the whole thing.
So you were planning it all.
No, I want to be convinced before
you make the move.
Which is awesome.
And I felt like, okay, all of a sudden you are just coming and telling me, okay, I'm in love with you, you are my soulmate. And at that point I felt like, you're not my soulmate. At that point, I said, no, you are not my soulmate. Go and find your soulmate. If you lost any of your soulmate, I'm not the one that is your soulmate. Because at that point, I felt like, after this part of you, I'm going to talk about how I felt about you, right?
I need to hear.
You need to hear how I felt about you, right? Let me tell you the truth, right? So, after that time when I felt that, no, you are not my soulmate, I've already put it in my mind that you're not the kind of person I want to be with. Because I felt like, okay, all I wanted was a man of God. Somebody who is into ministry like me, who understand kingdom principles. And when I met you, I haven't seen, though you have the qualities, even like what you said I had the qualities, but the prophetess was an hindrance. Why me too? While I was your friend, as we were friends, I saw qualities of a husband material. I saw qualities of a calm, all the qualities I wanted. But one of the problems I had was the fact that you were not into ministry yet when I met you. Though I see signs of it, I know you have a calling. I know how you are deliberate about God, but I've not seen you I was expecting you to be in ministry before I meet you, right? Why you were expecting me to be what? To start ministry with you. That's why you could not connect. But me, I was expecting you already in ministry because I'm in ministry. Because I wanted somebody who is so principled, somebody who understands kingdom principles, somebody who understands what it takes for ministry to grow. Somebody that will not deviate you outside God, somebody that will not steal the place of God in your life. And I felt that as you are not in ministry, you won't understand how to sustain a ministry. Because I was always scared of, okay, what if I marry him? Since I've not seen him in ministry, what if I marry him and then tomorrow in ministry I will start complaining that, hey, he's cheating on me, blah, blah, blah. And that was one of my fears. He's cheating on me, he's doing this, he's doing that. Oh, then I will get distracted over my assignment. And this is one of the prayers that I prayed that, Lord, if you don't want to send me a man after my heart, don't send me anybody. So that was my issue. So when you were friends and I wanted to ask you to clarify a lot of things, if I'm going to give you boundaries, and you told me no, it was at that point that even me, and I reframe myself. I had to reframe myself on how to work with you. So when you told me that you are not in love with me, I'm your soulmate, I was like, who is your soulmate? At that point when you were not asking me out, I was already dating. I was already checking somebody out 1 month. The person asked to come and see me, right? The person had to travel and come and see me so that I will know if this is the man for me. Already I put my mind that, oh, a prophet is asking me out. A prophet wants to, me and a prophet will be together, because my mind was, I wanted somebody who is in ministry. a prophet, apostle, or anything. So while I was praying for husband, I keep praying. Anytime I feel that mood and I feel that something is happening, I need to pray. When I'm in that period, I keep praying. But do you know what God did for me, babe? One of the things God did for me was to send me what I was afraid of. Job said something in the book of Job. He said, what I fear most has come upon me. Do you understand? I wanted a prophet. I wanted a man of God who is already in ministry. And God connected me to that person to understand that it is not just being a man of God. It is the quality of that person. It is the purpose. Right? It is the connection. Now, I want to let everybody know that, see, not all good person is your husband or your wife. It's not everybody that you see that is good that is your husband. Not every pastor that you see that is your husband. There's a purpose connected to everyone's life. And at that point, when I now realized and got the man of God, I realized I was not in love. He had all the qualities, a fire prayer, but I now realized that I was not. There was no connection at all, because when he came, I wanted to check him out. So when he came, the first time I saw him, I just said, no, this is not the man for me. And I had to tell him that you are not. It was at that period when I told you that you also just, after that 3 months of asking me out, you just said in the early months, you just had to let go. You said you don't want to talk to me anymore. You don't want, you don't want to be in a friend zone, because I'm putting you in a friend zone, and you don't want to be in a friend zone, right? And me, I told you something. I said, babe, I understand everything. I understand that you don't want to, and I understand your feelings. You're in love, and I can't give you what I'm not feeling. I not because I don't, feel, but I have to go for principles. I have to go for something that I know that will please God. So why putting my mind and minding the fact that I need to go for somebody that will please God and the assignment that I carry? God had to make me to experience what I desired and what is more important. And when I saw what I desired, I knew that there's something beyond that. And at that point, when I felt nothing for that guy, I then started crying and said, Lord, what do you want from me? What do you want from me? I don't understand. Even the person, I wanted this, but it's not happening. I don't feel for this person. And it was at that moment God told me purpose. Now, when God said purpose, He showed me a scenario of you. And the way you were assisting the ministry, He just showed me a flash. He showed me even the prophet that I was trying to accept. Do you understand? To accept and say, okay, we're going to start something big with us together. Let's just see, right? He showed me all the scenarios, what is going to happen, and He said purpose. And when I said purpose, when He said purpose to me, I saw you there. It was at that point, and I said, Lord, I was crying. I said, Lord, well, I've lost him. What can I do?
If it's ministry inclined, I always come to help you. Do you understand? Because I don't want to be friend zoned. I wanted a wife. And you are saying you are not the wife. You remember clearly I told you that I wanted a wife. You said you are not the one. Let me go and look for my wife. I'm still looking for her. Let me go and look for her. So how did you feel at that point?
How did I feel at that point when you told me? Yeah. I felt selfless. I felt that I understood you. At that point, I understand. No, I'm not judging you. I was not judging you. I did not judge you that you said you don't want to be connected. I just, at that point, it's like something made me to understand how you feel. And I understand what you're trying to do. You're not trying to, be with somebody that you are in love with and the person is keeping you as a friend. It's like your expectation the person is not giving you. And also me too, because I couldn't give you that expectation, I had to understand you. So I was calm about it. But do you know that most of those periods while you were away, I felt that I missed your presence. Like, I felt like, a prophetess, I had a very small cycle. In fact, it's like I couldn't be with friends. Even while I was in the world, I had just few friends that I hang out with. People I do entertainment with, acting with, you know, a lot of things, drama, comedy with. So when God told me to leave everything and focus on him, the only thing I could do was to separate myself, because I don't see reasons why I'm going to work with these friends. Because I know that where I'm going to is not where they are going to. You know, there are certain things that you do that people just, you do not leave people. It is the thing you do that makes you disconnect. Because what makes you to connect with people is based on what you people are having. Your, what will I say? The connection, what connects you people together. When you don't connect the way people connect, it's like you are a different person. So it made me to have just myself and my family. So when you came into my life, I saw a friend. And not just a friend, I saw somebody who could teach me something. I saw somebody who could, you know, I could speak to about ministry. And I saw somebody who could blend with me. I saw a friend. I saw somebody when I'm done with ministry, live session, I'll just call you, hello? Shegufumi, where are you? Please, let's go to this place. I just want to free myself. I saw somebody I could talk to. You know, there was a time that my mom asked me, are you in love with this guy? I said, no, I can't marry him. I'm not in love with him. I thought I can't marry, but because deep down, no matter what, I just put it in my mind that I cannot marry you. No matter how good you are, no matter how sweet you are, but I can't marry you because I don't want to fail. I don't want to fail God. And I could not see that part of you, which God made me to understand. And at that point when you left, I missed your presence, but I had to understand why you need to leave. Do you get it? So when I now find that and everything happened and God now told me it was purpose, it was at that time and I said, oh, I've missed the man. I've missed my husband. At that point, I said to myself that because this is the man for me. That moment, I knew you were not the one for me. I knew that this is my husband. If I don't marry this man, then I'm not going to marry anybody. So at that point, I just told God and I said, Lord, what can it be? I've lost him. So I'm going to be a nun forever. I'm going to be single, but I'm grateful. One of the things that give me encouragement is fact that even if I'm single, at least I do not lose God. Down.
So I kept to my part of anything ministry, I always help.
Yes. So in February, in March, ending of March, when I realized that you are the one, in ending of March, and I said to myself, what will I do? So when I went to our place, when my dad sent me around, I call you and then we'll just be there in that park. So when I sat down there alone, I was not thinking of you. I thought of you and I said to myself that, oh, I wish he was here with me. It would have been gisting. I had this peaceful and pure heart for you. I just felt like, oh, I've missed somebody. So while I was just there, I was just missing you. My phone was in my hand. I wanted to call you. I stayed there in the morning. I wanted to call you. I couldn't call you. I said, no, why do you want to call him? I stayed for so long again in the afternoon. I wanted to call you. I said, why should I call you? So, at the ending of everything, in the evening, babe, I said, no, I must have courage. I buckle up courage. I had to buckle up courage. And I said, wow, Helen, you're going to do this now. And as I picked the phone, and I called, and I said, hello. My heart was like, you might not pick the call because you've already made up your mind that you have moved on. So all I wanted was, even if we're not going to marry or anything, but at least I just knew that God made me to understand who you are in my life. And I wanted that friendship back. Even if. So my heart was just so pure. Like I was not expecting anything because I was the one that told you that no, it's not going to be possible. But I believe that God had to make me to, tell you it's not going to be possible, to understand the reality of what I truly want. What He wants me to look out for. And once you get that verification, you are ready to go. And it was at that point that when I called you, I was expecting you not to pick, but you picked immediately. Were you expecting me to call you?
I'm just being a nice guy.
Nice guy. Mr. Nice Guy. So when you pick immediately, I was like, okay, Helen, be calm. So and I said, hello, where are you? He said, I'm in town. And I said, oh, you are in town. You even said you are closer to where I am. And I said, I'm at that same place we used to be. Or my dad sent me on an errand. You know, I said, oh, wow, that's nice. I said, are you free? Are you done? Can you come so we can go out and eat something? I was using that to scope you. We can go out and eat something. So when you told me, okay, I was that, when I end the call, I was like, oh, thank you, Lord. I was just so happy that I could see purpose in my life coming back. And I was happy, I was excited. It did not even take you up to 15 minutes and you are just driving with speed and you came. When you were coming, while you were coming and you were turning, I just felt and I said to myself, this is the man. Because I saw a man who was there. I saw a man who came with pure intentions. I saw a man who had a free mind. I saw a man who was open. I saw a man who was pure in his heart. I saw a man who his intentions were pure. When you were coming, you were not thinking of anything, but because you felt it, that I needed you. You just had to come and you were in a hurry. I saw a man who, even if you felt that I was not, I didn't want you I didn't want you in my life, but at that moment you felt something that she needed me, and when you drove, I said, this is the man. I couldn't talk when I looked at you. When we drove to our favorite spot where we normally eat food, while we were at the counter trying to order, I couldn't help it was to argue. Because, you know, when God gives you direction in life, there's this peace and conviction that comes with it. You feel this excitement, even if you don't get it anymore, but you feel this excitement that at least purpose is not taken away from you, but purpose is with you. And at that point, I don't know how to express myself, but to argue and tell you that truly you are purpose to me. And deep down, you were purpose to me. And you were wondering that I was hugging you. Why was she hugging me? What is wrong? Why? You were like, it's giving you a mixed signal of feelings. And when we finished eating, you were looking at me. I was staring at you. I was just so happy that we are like that. Like we came back, we were friends. So we also left that place. We went to another spot where we used to do window shopping. At that point, do you know what I felt? I felt this excitement, this peace of mind. You know, there are times in your life you'll be praying for something, but when you have not gotten the answer, do you know you are not peaceful? You are always confused. You are always restless. At that point of my life, it's like a prayer answered, even if I don't get it, but I see the prayer around me. I see the answer around me. I was so excited. I had to tell you to pack. And I told you something. I said, I'm ready for us to move on to the next level. And what did you tell me, babe? Continue from there.
Like what I really said?
Yes. Exactly what you really said.
I told you that.
Yeah.
I feel you're playing. I said, I feel you're actually joking right now.
Yeah.
I feel you're just trying to play with my emotions.
Okay.
And then you told me, no, you're being serious, right? And you said you're being serious. In my mind, I just felt, I think something is actually wrong with this lady. Mm-hmm. Maybe she's heartbroken and she just wants a friend. Mm. So I wasn't taking you serious as well. Mm. Do you understand?
Yeah.
I was not excited in quote. Mm. Do you understand? The way I would have jumped up to say, yeah, I got a yes. Mm. So I think I told you that day that let's watch, right?
Yes, let's watch and pray. Yes, because I asked you, you know, as friends, I have principles, right? So another thing again I did was to confirm everything was when I told you and you said, okay, no problem, let's see.
Yeah, yeah.
Let's see how it goes.
Because when I told you that, I wanted to be sure that you are not just being playing emotional.
Yes.
I wanted to be sure that one, you're not just playing with me. I wanted to be sure that it's not as if you are heartbroken and then you just wanted to.
Yes.
You just want somebody to pass that time with. I wanted to be sure that
Yeah.
the intentions, I wanted to know what convinced you.
Yes,
Exactly.
yes.
I was asking you what was your conviction.
What was
Why
the
did you change
conviction?
your mind? I've already thought that
Yes,
all.
yes.
So I wanted to be sure what your conviction was. I wanted to show why you are saying yes. And I wanted to be sure you are not heartbroken. Do you understand? So that's why I said, okay, let's watch and then pray.
And the thing is, again, another one that made me to be so excited was when I asked you and I said, kiss me. And you know what you said to me? Exactly what everything just made everything so unique. God is so unique. And when I told you kiss me, you said, no, we don't kiss and pray. We watch and pray.
Yeah.
We don't kiss and pray. We watch and pray.
Yes.
When you said that word, I said, this is the man, forget it. He's the one. Because this is my principles. So I wanted to see whether you're going to take advantage of that mood and everything. Or you're going to do. I just wanted something. God bless you. Don't forget to subscribe to this YouTube channel at Eliton West Ministries, and also follow Kingdom Ambassador Mission on YouTube's channel to follow my husband at Shegufumi Olajide. Also on Instagram. God bless you. To everywhere that you need encouragement, you need to follow him on Instagram. Subscribe to his YouTube channel at Kingdom Ambassador Mission. God bless you. This is Kingdom Marriage. God bless you. We love you, but God loves you more. Bye-bye.
Once again, thank you for watching. On our next episode, we'll be sharing with you how our relationship got started, how we follow God's principles for our life, keep the bed on the fire until our marriage.
And you're going to watch how our engagement was, everything about our relationship. And this is what Kingdom Marriage, and everything about Kingdom Marriage, how to keep you. God bless you. This is Kingdom Marriage. I am Prophetess Helen.
And my name is Shegufumi Olajide.
And we are the Olajide.
Yeah.
I will love you.
We love you.
But God loves you more. Bye-bye. Mwah.